Hello everyone, welcome to week 2 of Metals in Love / Love is in the Air YouTube Hop, sponsored by two of my lovely friends, Carmen, who is Elemental Design, and Isabel, who is Crafting with Isabel Bori here on YouTube. So this is week 2, and as you know, I'm doing the Metals in Love, and this week we were to alter either a jar, like a mason jar type, or a wine bottle. Well, I didn't have a wine bottle, so I decided to do a jar. And actually, I had got this jar with this hop in mind. So, before I show it to you, let me show you what I used. I used a bunch of stuff this time. I used this die, and I apologize, I cannot find the cover so you can see it really well. It's a Tim Holtz. It's called Steampunk, and it is like it's a border. It has like steampunk gears and cogs on it. I used some masking tape and my Scotch Create glue stick that was gifted me by my bestie Lori. Hi Lori. And then I used some Martha Stewart Creates. This is decoupage glue and sealer. Of course, I use gesso. I have been getting the last little drop out of this bottle. And then I used some Deco Art Americana. This is burnt umber. So I use this right here. And then I used some of the Brilliant Turquoise from Deco Art Metallic Lusters and the Gold Rush. And then I also used a couple of little rings. Oh gosh, I can't even think of the jar. This is all the chain I have, but I did use some chain. I used some keys and locks like this. Not quite like this, but similar. Of course, I used some gears and cogs, putting all this back in my kit. And then I used some of these metal flowers, just a couple of them. And then I used some of these parts. Now, these were also gifted to me by my friend Lori. I didn't have a scallop punch, and I've had these forever, and I decided to use some of them. Now, you probably won't be able to recognize it, but I'll show it when you get there. So, without further ado, let me show you what I created. So, this is my jar. This is the top of it. This is what I forgot to do. See, this jar is that jar that says Made in Love from the Dollar Tree. And I really wanted to use it for this project, but I had forgotten that it didn't have a lid. And then I did all my projects almost except for the last one the first week, because I just wanted to get them done. And I was going to look for a lid, and I didn't do it. And so when I was uploading my video this morning, I realized, hey, dummy, you didn't do a lid. So I had to pull the video, and I got home from lunch and from church and family dinner, and I decided to do the lid. So this is a jar. So let me just tell you what I did on the top. Now, this is a plastic lid. It actually goes to a little container of some kind of ice cream or something. Anyway, and it was plastic. And so what I did, because I didn't think things would adhere to this plastic, I took masking tape and I wrapped up the lid with masking tape, which I really liked it because it gave it some really good texture. So I wrapped it up with masking tape, and then I gessoed it. And then I did the same thing with this. I did not wrap my jar up, and I didn't overly stuff it full of stuff because it had all this beautiful pattern on the jar, and I really wanted that to come through. So what I did was I put all the elements on here. Now, this is that border punch from Tim Holtz, and I punched out 4 of them, and I doubled them up so they would be pretty thick and sturdy. And then I just glued them onto the jar. These are some white little beads that I had, and they were just way too bright. I had to take care of them. And then these little pieces right here are just little metal edges that I had cut from the tin that I made the heart from last week. So we just leftover pieces. And then metals and gears, and then this was actually a little piece of My mind is gone. I cannot even think. Anyway, this was a little decorative piece, resin piece, and it was gifted to me, I think, last year by Rebecca Creates, and she makes some lovely resin pieces. And then I just glued another little cog on top of it. And then I just put these little ones on here with some nail pops and just a little brads to make them stick up in the middle. So anyway, I got everything on my jar, and then I left this one little heart silver because I wanted it to stand out. And then this one right here echoes the sentiment on the jar. It says made with love. So basically what I did was I just sewed the whole jar, and then I painted one coat of the burnt umber on the whole jar, and this is what I did for the lid too. And then when it dried, I glued all the pieces I wanted on there, and then I went back over the jar with all the pieces and I painted it with the burnt umber. Okay, and so after that dried, then I took my gold metallic luster and I went around all the pieces with the gold. I wanted the brown left in there too, so that you could see some of the brown and stuff. So I pretty much almost like dry brushed, except I did mix it with water, so it's not truly a dry brush. But I just went around and highlighted it. More of the gold got on the top. Then I wanted a little bit of color in it. I don't know. So I took the brilliant turquoise here, and I truly did dry brush this. What I did was I put some on my paintbrush, and then I took a paper towel and brushed it back and forth so I would knock a lot of it off so it wouldn't come out real bright. Then I went over where I had done the gold and just kind of swiped here and there with the blue, just kind of ever so lightly. I didn't want to cover it all up with blue, except for this. I really wanted this highlighted. And so I just went and just brushed little areas of it. And to bring in the blue on the top, I did a little gold flower. And that's where I used these flowers right here. And I just used the waxes on them and colored them. I did one gold and one blue. Put a little bit of blue on this heart. Now this heart right here is the scallop hearts that came from here. I took 4 of the dark color ones and glued them together. And then I glued them onto top of the jar lid. So I wanted it to be sticking up, you know, a little bit. And then this is obviously the little key piece and the key and the little ring. This is Tim Holtz pieces, both of those are. And then I have this chain up here. And then on the lid, I just put little cogs, little gears and stuff all the way around it. So that is my jar. Let me know what you think. I'm happy with the way that it turned out. Like I said, I didn't want to overwhelm it with stuff because, you know, maybe I'm a minimalist steampunk person. I don't know. But anyway, but the jar just had a lot of lovely texture on it, and I didn't want to ruin that texture. So, but anyway, so thank you for watching, and don't forget to go down to the description box below and watch everybody else's videos. And I've already seen them, and they did some lovely things to blow your mind away this week. Especially Carmen. So go check them out. And I will see you all next week for week 3 of Metals in Love. And yet again, I am not telling you what I'm doing. You will have to come back and watch. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.